Aidan Morgan wiped sweat from his brow as the airlock hissed open. As Earth's first diplomatic envoy to the Galactic Confederation, he represented humanity's desperate bid for protection in a universe that had, until now, considered humans barely worth acknowledging. "Remember, Ambassador Morgan," General Patel's voice crackled through his earpiece. "Both the Salivians and Noraxians requested this meeting specifically with you. We don't know why, but humanity's future may depend on making a good impression." The chamber beyond the airlock gleamed with polished obsidian floors and walls that seemed to shift color with each step. Two figures waited at a crystalline table, both humanoid, but unmistakably alien. On the left stood a tall, willowy being with skin the color of burnished copper. Her name was Vex, supreme tactician of the Salivian Dominion. Large, almond-shaped eyes of deep violet tracked Aidan's every movement, while her delicate two-fingered hands remained perfectly still at her sides. Her people were renowned strategists, emotionally reserved and ruthlessly logical. To the right was Kira, high emissary of the Noraxian collective. Shorter and more robustly built, her midnight blue skin contrasted with hair that seemed woven from living silver. Her expressive golden eyes widened as Aidan approached, and her hands, with the standard 5 fingers, though webbed between, fidgeted with an ornate medallion at her throat. Noraxians were known for their empathic abilities and passionate temperaments. These two species had been locked in a cold war for centuries. "Ambassador Morgan," Vex spoke first, her voice melodic yet somehow mechanical. "Your presence honors us." Kira stepped forward, a gesture considered aggressive in interstellar diplomacy. "We've observed your kind from afar, Aidan Morgan. You are fascinating." Aidan maintained his diplomatic composure, though unease prickled along his spine. Both aliens addressed him with unusual familiarity. "I'm honored to represent Earth in these negotiations," he replied carefully. Vex tilted her head. "Negotiations? No, Ambassador. You misunderstand. We requested this meeting," Kira continued, moving closer, "because humans possess something unique in the galaxy." Aidan's mind raced through possibilities. Earth's water, biodiversity, cultural archives. "Your adaptability," Vex clarified, studying him with unnerving intensity. "Your species' biological resilience and psychological flexibility are unprecedented. And your capacity for emotional connection," Kira added, her golden eyes softening. "It's extraordinary." The air between them charged with unspoken tension as both alien women exchanged challenging glances over Aidan's head. He recognized that look. He'd seen it in diplomatic standoffs before, but this felt more personal somehow. "Both our peoples wish to establish closer relations with humanity," Vex stated, the faintest emphasis revealing volumes beneath her controlled exterior. Kira smiled, revealing pearlescent teeth. "Much closer." In that moment, Aidan realized this mission had just become infinitely more complicated than anyone on Earth had anticipated. These powerful alien women weren't merely interested in Earth's resources or strategic position. Somehow, inexplicably, they were interested in him. 3 weeks into the diplomatic mission, Aidan found himself caught in an increasingly transparent competition between Vex and Kira. What had begun as formal cultural exchanges had evolved into something far more personal. Today, the Salivian observation deck provided a breathtaking view of the nebula surrounding the neutral space station. Vex stood beside Aidan, her copper skin reflecting the cosmic light. "Our philosophers believe the universe seeks harmony through complementary elements," Vex explained, her voice softer than usual. "Like these gases and particles creating something greater than themselves." She moved closer, her shoulder nearly touching his. For a Salivian, a species that valued personal space, the gesture spoke volumes. "It's beautiful," Aidan replied, genuinely moved by both the view and her unexpected openness. "As are certain unexpected combinations," Vex added, violet eyes meeting his. The moment shattered as the deck's doors hissed open. Kira entered, carrying what appeared to be an ornate box. "Ambassador Morgan," she called, deliberately using his title in Vex's presence. "I've brought something from my homeworld." Vex's posture stiffened imperceptibly. Kira opened the box to reveal a small garden of bioluminescent plants. "These respond to emotional states," she explained, brushing fingers against a delicate frond that immediately brightened. "On Norax, we exchange these as symbols of trust." She guided Aiden's hand to touch one plant. It pulsed with warm golden light, and Kira's eyes widened. "That's unusual," she whispered, her webbed fingers lingering over his. "What does it mean?" Aiden asked. Kira's silver hair seemed to shimmer with energy. "It means compatibility." Vex interrupted. "Ambassador, the Confederation Council awaits our report." As they walked together, Vex unexpectedly offered her insight. "She's using Noraxian emotional manipulation. Their species believes feelings supersede rationality. And Silivians don't experience emotions." Aiden questioned. "We experience them differently," Vex replied. "We seek deeper understanding before expression." Later that evening, Aiden reviewed his notes when his door chimed. Kira entered with traditional Noraxian tea. "Vex thinks I'm merely being emotional," she said directly. "But emotions provide clarity. My people have learned that truth reveals itself through feeling first." She sat beside him, closer than protocol dictated. "Humans understand this balance better than any species we've encountered." Aiden realized both aliens were revealing vulnerabilities, a dangerous diplomatic strategy, or something more personal. "On Earth," he said carefully, "we value both logic and emotion in building relationships." "Relationships," Kira repeated, her golden eyes brightening. "Yes, Aiden. That's precisely what interests me." As her hand tentatively reached for his, Aiden wondered if Earth's diplomatic corps had any protocol for this increasingly complex situation, where humanity's future might hinge on much more intimate cultural exchanges than anyone had anticipated. The warning klaxons shattered the pre-dawn quiet as Aiden bolted upright in his quarters. Red emergency lighting bathed everything in crimson as the station's AI announced, "Containment breach in Sector 7. All personnel evacuate immediately." Aiden grabbed his emergency kit. Sector 7 housed the experimental quantum generators, the technology both Silivians and Noraxians coveted from the Confederation. He had barely reached the corridor when Vex appeared, her copper skin almost glowing under the emergency lights. "The breach is deliberate," she stated without preamble. "Sabotage from the Noraxian delegation." Before Aiden could respond, Kira rounded the corner, her silver hair disheveled. "Don't listen to her lies," she hissed. "Silivian operatives triggered this to blame us." The accusation hung in the air as the station shuddered violently. Both alien women instantly moved to shield Aiden with their bodies. "We must reach the emergency shuttles," Vex insisted, her voice maintaining its calm despite her protective stance. Kira shook her head. "The corridor to Bay 4 is compromised. I can sense the atmospheric pressure failing." "Then we go through the laboratory complex," Aiden decided, taking charge. As they navigated the failing station, Aiden noticed the alien women's behavior shifting. Vex, normally reserved and calculating, continuously scanned for threats with an intensity that revealed her concern. Kira, usually expressive, had grown quiet, her golden eyes never leaving Aiden. When another explosion rocked the station, Vex instinctively pulled Aiden against her. The unexpected intimacy of her protective embrace surprised him. Her skin radiated a gentle warmth he hadn't anticipated from her seemingly cool exterior. "Your safety is paramount," she whispered, her lips close to his ear. Not to be outdone, Kira grabbed his hand as they continued, her webbed fingers intertwining with his. "I can guide us through the dark sections," she offered. "My people evolved to navigate through oceanic depths." The laboratory doors hissed open to reveal devastation, and their escape route blocked by collapsed infrastructure. They were trapped. "There's one option," Vex stated, accessing a terminal. The emergency pods in the adjacent research wing. Those are experimental, Kira objected. Single occupant and untested. 2 pods remain functional, Vex confirmed. You and I will need to share, Kira. Kira's eyes narrowed. No, I won't leave him alone. Neither will I, Vex countered, her composed facade cracking. Realization dawned on Aiden. This isn't about diplomatic relations at all, is it? The station groaned ominously around them. Aiden, Kira said, abandoning pretense, my species mates for life. What I feel for you is biochemical confusion, Vex interrupted, whereas my interest is based on genuine compatibility. Another explosion rocked the station. With time running out, Aiden made a decision that would change all their lives. We go together or not at all. Find a solution. Their eyes met in silent acknowledgement of a truth none had fully admitted, that what had begun as diplomatic maneuvering had evolved into something neither alien had expected, genuine desire for this supposedly insignificant human. The improvised solution had worked, barely. All 3 survived the station's destruction in a modified escape pod, now drifting in the nebula awaiting rescue. Space designed for one meant uncomfortable proximity, yet neither Vex nor Kira complained about sharing the cramped quarters with Aiden. But tensions simmered beneath forced politeness. While Aiden slept, Vex confronted Kira in hushed tones. Your actions endangered him. My actions? Kira hissed back. The energy signature from that explosion carried Selevian markers. A deliberate misdirection, Vex countered. Your species' emotionality makes you dangerous to him. Kira's golden eyes flashed. At least I acknowledge my feelings. You view him as a specimen to study. I view him as someone to protect. Vex replied, her voice uncharacteristically heated. Your kind bonds through emotional manipulation, a chemical addiction you call love. And your kind collects experiences without ever truly connecting, Kira retorted. The argument escalated until Aiden stirred, causing both to fall silent immediately. The following day, as resources dwindled, Aiden left to check the pod's exterior communication array. The moment he exited through the airlock, Vex moved with startling speed, producing a small device. What are you doing? Kira demanded. Ensuring his survival, Vex answered coldly. You're unstable. Your pheromone levels indicate you're entering Noraxian bonding phase. If you can't have him, you'll destroy him. Kira lunged forward. That's projection. Your species' history of collection is well documented. The confrontation turned physical. Vex's calculated precision against Kira's raw strength. The device clattered across the pod floor as they struggled, their movements restricted in the small space. Aiden returned to chaos. The 2 aliens locked in combat, environmental controls damaged in their struggle. Alarms blared as oxygen levels plummeted. Stop, he shouted, forcing himself between them. What is this about? She planned to eliminate me, Kira accused, bleeding from a cut on her cheek. To protect you, Vex insisted. Noraxians in bonding phase have killed for less. And Selevians collect rare specimens, Kira countered. What happens when she tires of you? Aiden's expression hardened. You both claim to care for me, yet you're willing to kill each other. Is that how either of your species expresses, whatever this is? Their silence was answer enough. On Earth. Aiden continued, his voice low but commanding. We believe actions reveal truth. Your actions show you care more about possessing me than my actual happiness or safety. The revelation landed heavily. For the first time, both alien women looked genuinely ashamed. I didn't understand, Vex admitted quietly. These feelings are unprecedented. Kira's golden eyes filled with moisture. I thought I was protecting you from her. As the oxygen thinned, Aiden made a final desperate gamble. If we survive this, we need honesty. No more manipulation, no more assumptions. Is that possible? Their response would determine not just their survival, but whether these powerful alien women could transcend their natures for something they'd never anticipated. Genuine love for a human they once would have considered worthless. The Confederation rescue vessel arrived just as the pod's oxygen reached critical levels. Medical teams separated the 3 survivors, each receiving treatment in isolation, standard protocol for interspecies incidents. Admiral Jorvan, the Confederation's senior diplomat, visited Aiden first. "Quite the situation you've created," the 4-armed admiral rumbled. 2 high-ranking officials from rival powers, both claiming exclusive rights to human diplomatic relations. Aiden shook his head. "It's more complicated than diplomatic relations." "So we gathered," Jorvan replied dryly. "The medical scans show both Ambassador Kira and Tactician Vex displaying biological markers consistent with pair bonding. With you, specifically. Is that even possible? Cross-species. Unprecedented, but evident." Jorvan studied Aiden with compound eyes. "The question remains, how to resolve this without interstellar incident." After hours of discussion, Aiden requested something never before granted: a private chamber where all 3 could speak without diplomatic observers or recording devices. When the door sealed behind them, the pretense of formality dissolved. Kira reached for Aiden first, her webbed fingers gentle against his face. "I thought I'd lost you," she whispered. Vex maintained physical distance, though her violet eyes revealed her struggle. "I've been reconsidering my approach," she admitted. "Humans value choice above possession." "Yes," Aiden agreed, "and honesty above strategy." He took a deep breath. "On Earth, we have many forms of relationships, some exclusive, some not. Some cultures practice arrangements where more than 2 people form bonds." Both aliens stilled completely. "You suggest something unprecedented in the Confederation," Vex observed, her analytical mind already exploring possibilities. Kira's eyes widened. "A 3-bonded union. Across species." "I'm suggesting," Aiden clarified, "that we stop following anyone else's protocols. Create our own." He extended his hands to both of them. "Not as representatives of your worlds or mine, but as 3 individuals who found something unexpected." After a moment's hesitation, Vex stepped forward, taking his offered hand. Logical, revolutionary, appealing. Kira joined them, completing the circle. "My people believe in soul resonance. This feels right." 6 months later, the Confederation Council chambers buzzed with excitement as the unprecedented treaty was signed. Earth received protection and recognition, while Salivian and Noraxian territories entered a historic peace accord. The rumors spread across galaxies, how 2 of the most powerful women in the cosmos had discovered something worth more than ancient rivalries in the most unexpected place: a love for a human man who had taught them that true strength came through vulnerability, not dominance. As Aiden stood with Vex and Kira at the ceremony, their hands joined in the traditional tribond gesture, he marveled at how quickly perceptions had changed. Humans, once considered barely worth acknowledging, were now seen as possessing wisdom that even advanced civilizations had forgotten. The capacity to bridge differences through connection, to transform competition into cooperation, and to find strength in shared vulnerability. From worthless to worshipped indeed. But Aiden knew the truth was even more profound. They had all been transformed by a love none had believed possible.